So this graph shows that there's been steady progress in our financials over the last quarter. Excuse me, just one moment. Billy Bobby, how are you, mate?
Johnny boy! You saw the match, right?
Did I see the match? Are you joking? Sorry, very important call. Now, note the number of digital impressions we've received. That's an increase of over 2 billion.
Come have a pint with me and the boys!
Yeah, oh, yes! Done, puppy, done! All right, then. As I was saying, puppies to hug, children to love, and billions of rubies and emeralds in each of your pockets. Promise.
ASUS phone pad with Intel inside.
Stop playing, start giving.
What's up guys, I'm AP and I think that the Rise series of mechanical keyboards is perfect for gaming Dota 2. With 5 macro keys and 3 thumbstick keys, I have a lot more options in my reach to take care of Dota 2's peripheral actions. And if that's not enough, I can bind secondary functions to each key thanks to Easy Shift. This, the high quality Cherry MX key switches and the comfortable wrist rest make the Rise series my choice for gaming Dota 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most serious Dota 2 league on the planet, the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. I'm your serious host, and these are some seriously good games. Empire versus Sigma will be kicking us off today. What?
That's not serious.
That's not serious. We started off so well. Fnatic versus what? Alliance versus Liquid. That's game number 2. And then afterwards, it's Liquid versus Fnatic. The first game is actually going to be Fnatic versus VP, I thought.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to be the first game of today. Nice. Welcome back to the show. As I mentioned, it's all serious today. No mistakes to be made on camera. Joining me is Bruno.
How's it going?
Good.
Good to be here too.
Yes. Please, that's enough talk time. Let's share it between the cast. Hello, Andy and Lumi.
I feel like you guys are trying really hard to make your face look like mine looks all the time. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're natural.
Yeah. Just your face is just intense.
It is. It's the eyebrows, I think.
Beautiful. Had to try that.
I've never noticed them before now, but now you've mentioned them, I can't stop staring. How's it going, Lumi?
Hey guys, I'm trying to be serious.
Okay.
It never works.
Welcome. Look at him. I'm giggling.
You can.
Hello, Shane.
I'm great.
You're great?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I don't
That's
believe it.
He can't hold it in, man.
It's all about Dota 2 here, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's up with my hair today, and but either way, we'll continue on. First of all, we'd like to thank the sponsors. Serious thank you. ASUS, you've made all my dreams come true. Thank you for producing the show. And Rocket, I don't know how I would be able to bind my secondary key functions to my mouse.
Easy Shift.
What did AP say?
It's Easy Shift.
Easy Shift
Easy
functions,
Shift.
yes.
Easy Shift.
Thanks for supporting
Highest
us here.
quality cherry. That's what it says.
Is
Thanks
this
for
actually
supporting
what it
us.
said? I can't read it.
It says highest quality cherry.
I'm lost in all the German accent in that. Yeah, it just...
It's so good, though.
It is good.
It's a brutally efficient keyboard.
It is good. Yeah, thanks for supporting us here at the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. There is a competition going on for MVP of the week. To do that, you need to go to facebook.com/Rockat, and by Wednesday, the last day of week 2, you're going to want to get in your MVP of the week, and potentially you could win a Rockat Glow keyboard. Last week, there was an ASUS GTX 780 graphics card up for grabs. Someone won that.
Someone.
We haven't heard from him.
No, yeah.
And that makes us pretty sad. But before we have a recap of yesterday, Bruno, how are we doing with Compendium, Twitter, anything you really just want to talk about?
Okay,
nice.
1988, I was 3 years old, right? And I was lost in this. That's an anecdote for some other day. But yeah, the Compendium went live yesterday. We had a little bit of some bumps at the beginning.
Andy just keeps, can we get a camera on Andy?
Yeah,
this is all he's doing.
I'm not doing anything.
Can you do like the girl that does the thing with her eyebrows?
No, I can't do that.
That is, you should learn how to do it.
Yeah, I should train myself
could do
to do it.
You could do it.
You can do it.
Stretch
Do it
goal.
right
No, that was a,
Secret stretch goal.
no, that was a joke on English.
No, it doesn't work.
I
It didn't work on me. It doesn't work. I'm your focus group. Come on. Anyways, yeah, the compendium came in. You can still buy it, of course. When you buy the ticket, you get the compendium. You don't need to buy the ticket to actually watch the matches because the matches are free. So go to Dota TV and watch them as well in there. If you watch on Twitch and you have connected your account to Dota TV, you can get your items if you're watching on Twitch as well. But going back to the compendium, today we have the first set of predictions. Predictions will lock every day at 18:30. Actually, can you actually fire up a compendium in there?
I can't.
Why not?
Lost
Because
connection to
the
Steam.
servers are down.
Damn. Well, when you get back, I want to go through the 3 predictions from today, and we're going to try to guess ourselves. But of course, if you didn't do it by now, it's already locked. It locks every day at 6:30. You have the predictions for 3 games. We're going to go into that in a little while. Also, for compendium. I tweeted today something I wanted you to make you guys also part of the compendium. But what we're going to do, James, I'll tell you now because you probably didn't hear of this. We're going to make kind of a fun sketchbook.
Well, this is such a load of bullshit. This is my idea. I'll tell you, James.
Did I make it obvious enough?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, give me some credit because I did it myself. So
Okay.
essentially, we're going to make a fan sketchbook. So if
At
you
the back of the compendium.
right, so if you can draw or if you can do anything that can be put into a JPEG or a PNG format, and it's okay to show into a compendium, you should do it, and then we'll tell you how to get that towards us.
Yeah, we're probably going to create a Steam community group for this, basically, because when you upload your pictures, you waiver all rights to them,
Right.
which is what we need to put them in the compendium.
Exactly.
So basically, at the back of the book, we're going to allow the compendium to be a bit sketchbooky, fan arty. So if you want to make fan art about your favorite teams, your favorite players, whatever you want, even casters if you want to.
Oh, God.
You can make some pictures of us.
He needs a new portrait for his bedroom.
I do. The old one is completely worn, and yeah, so you can make some pictures, and but we'll tell you where to upload them. So if you're artistically there,
Was that a Dorian Gray reference?
I don't know.
It was kind of halfway there.
Yes, but if you can do it, sure. But if you can't, and you just do MS Paint like me, do it anyway because it's awesome.
Great. So that wraps up the things about the compendium today. We're going to talk about the predictions later. Is the Dota?
No.
Okay, cool. So
We asked people to send in questions yesterday on Twitter,
Yeah.
and we never got around to answering them. So we're just going to pretend that they never came in yesterday and go on to another question.
Yes.
What would you like people to ask you today, Bruno?
Well, I mean,
Maybe things they would like in the compendium, since we're meant to be working on that.
That's a great idea. So what do you want to see in the compendium? We'll try to add that. Just one thing that people repeatedly ask for is the table of content, a way to actually go into the pages without having to scroll to 55 pages. That's actually a limitation in the compendium right now, which should be fixed by Valve in this week. So once it's added, we'll have a table of content, which makes sense.
Basically, our compendium is meant to be really, really bad, but of course, we're just doing it to make sure that when ESL and MLG have compendiums, they have really good ones. So, nice guys, DreamHack.
When this compendium hits over 50 pages, we're going to see some serious shit.
It's already over 50 pages.
Yeah, but you can't actually see past it. Isn't that what you just said? You can't go to the certain point. Whatever, man.
No, the table of content he was talking about. Be able to skip directly.
To skip. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like the little segments.
Damn.
We started at 55 pages. I thought it was quite a lot.
I won't stop until 200. Personal promise. I feel like I'm a campaign politician right now. 200 or nothing. I want you.
Reform the Dota 2 compendium. And okay, right. So yeah, that's make sure you get those tweets in at the at DreamLeague.
DH DreamLeague?
DH DreamLeague.
Yes.
Because DH is in there. Very important you remember DreamHack in everything we do. It's a big brand and it's on its way up. So make sure you remember it's at DH DreamLeague. Tweet there any suggestions or compendiums, and we'll talk through some of them hopefully later in the show. And while we wait for Steam to get back online, I guess we can still watch some Dota because we can head into what happened yesterday. So yesterday, again, we had play day 1 for the second time for week 2, first time being week 1. And we had playing, I want to say, Rocks.Kis. No, wait, where's my notepad?
They did play, but hey, first.
Empire Sigma was first.
That was the
there
first
we go.
one.
Yeah.
There we
And
go.
it looked a little bit like this.
A little bit like this, a little bit like that.
I like the way that Sigma's logo looks really good when it has light shining over it.
Yeah, it does.
So what happened to Sigma this game?
Their logo looked a lot better than their play, that's for sure.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
I'm really, really sad that Warlock lost. I really like that hero in competitive gaming because
This whole game, I was just never sold on their strategy. I don't like the 4 protect 1 pseudo, I'm going to run a Morphling, rush a BKB because I think that my team fight's good enough to just flat out win us the game. Then suddenly Silent kills our entire team like 3 times in a row and he was in a Lycan. It was just, I don't know, it was just an anemic strategy to me. It felt like as soon as they fail one team fight, the game is over. Like just, bam, you lost.
Do you reckon Goblack was shaking his head watching the draft?
I don't know.
Fucking mad. Because they used to play together, so...
I think that both of them together were like really good because they would come to like this middle ground where they would have like enough initiation, which Sigma always lacks. They never have any initiators.
Yeah.
Fata's like the only one that
They
plays
had the
them.
big rock yesterday.
Yeah, but that's not really...
They had a blink hex.
It is an initiation, but they didn't have Blink Hex until like 30 minutes in.
until it's too late.
Yeah,
and then they blink shackled instead of blink hex, which blew my mind.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Anyways.
weird.
Yeah, so I think that was Sigma's second loss
Yes.
of the tournament thus far, and Empire's first win. After that, Empire had another game, and it was to go up against rivals in the Eastern group. It was Na'Vi, and I wouldn't say to our surprise, but certainly a lot of people were surprised that Empire actually came out victorious. So we can take a look exactly how that went down.
Empire right now is the best team in the Western scene.
You said they were going to win.
No, I said they were going to win. And I didn't imply that they were going to win every single match. But after seeing the 2 matches yesterday, plus the other matches that they've been playing, Na'Vi just can't find the way to defeat these
You're
guys.
being very good politician. First you make promises, now you're flip-flopping and taking back your words.
No, I'm still consistent to what I said. I said they were going to win. Not only they're going to win, they look like the strongest team in the West.
If they keep playing like that, they definitely win. Like, what they did yesterday was amazing.
Yeah.
I really do feel as though they outdrafted Na'Vi in this game. I don't think that there was a stage where I felt like Na'Vi had some kind of clear advantage. There was nothing to really exploit the Spectre pick, you know? It just felt like they were able to play so greedy, Empire could draft that kind of a lineup and kind of get away with it because they were the ones with the initiation heroes. So I don't know. I didn't really care for the draft that much.
It was the Spectre against Tinker and Furion, the thing that neither of those 2 heroes could
Let's
split
not
push at all.
Forget the carry Venomancer. I mean,
Yeah, but that was, to me, honestly, that was actually the least of their worries.
He's
like
number
Bruno
5.
said. They
Like
had
the Mambo.
They had 2 heroes that have to split push against a team with a bat and a Spectre.
they were suicidally
Yeah,
split
they were
pushing
just...
to create space. It
Correct.
was
They
like
had to.
next level creating space meta. I've never seen it before.
Yeah. Well,
should play with
they
us
knew
more.
as soon as the lanes got to the wrong side of the map, like as soon as the lanes started pushing in past the river,
they were
they
done.
lose.
Yeah. No, yeah, Kurokai on his Nature's Prophet was out there a lot, getting unfortunately picked off, but couldn't really do much about it in that situation. But you're right, they did have to keep the lanes pushed, but as soon as they got to the base the first time, it was almost GG, and then was a GG. So Empire won their second game. After that, Na'Vi had a chance to bounce back in points as they went up versus Rocks.Kis. Goblack actually obviously was playing this one. We mentioned him a little bit earlier. So we had like pretty good hopes for Rocks.Kis coming into the tournament, but this was obviously a tough match, and unfortunately they weren't able to take it as Na'Vi took the victory, and the game again looked a little bit like this.
Why the pause?
Because I really wish like production would just like throw it into the match while I was talking about it, rather than me having to say, and here's the replay. You know what I mean? Just you know, I was just.
Oh, Kuro, please. He died so many times this game.
This was another Dondo game. This was the game that started off with a team fight at level 1 where I just said, I think, and I quote, they fucking lost.
Yeah,
Abaddon was 2-0.
Yeah, but the thing is that it was the
2-0-2.
Abaddon going 2-0-2, and not some other.
And it just didn't quite work out, unfortunately. Like, they didn't have much to deal with the SF. Like, having a Bane is nice, but they didn't necessarily have any right-click damage to bring him down. He got BKB pretty early on in the game. This is actually the one where I was gone because I was backstage in the bathroom. It was bad times, but I did catch a decent part of it.
How are you feeling today, man?
I feel much better. I will say this, and this is advice to anyone who's watching. If you haven't eaten anything all day, don't drink a half a liter of Red Bull.
Oh.
It will destroy your insides.
Would you look at that?
The more you know.
Who would have thought?
I think that could be said with like a lot of things, though.
Yeah.
I actually bought you that Red Bull and then took your seat.
Yeah, Shane actually like planned it out. He's like, you know what? Andy's afraid he's going to crash. He's going to buy a Red Bull. He's going to drink the whole thing, and then bam, explosive diarrhea. Yeah. It was bad.
You actually buy him that Red Bull.
I did.
Lumi bought you Coke and you Coke
Zero.
Zero today, so apparently me and Bruno will be commentating later.
Spike those drinks.
Well, you had your pineapple juice.
Yes, I do. I drink a lot of pineapple juice, and you guys complain that it's too sweet, but I don't think it is.
You know what they say about pineapple and taste?
Tastes like pineapple?
No, like it changes tastes.
Yeah, certain tastes in the body.
Yeah.
Good.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Yeah,
What?
you totally know that.
No,
First time.
stop trying to trap me into things I cannot joke about. It's a serious day.
Well played, Jade.
You're an enabler, Bruno. It's bad. It's really bad.
I want to tell the audience, but I shouldn't, because basically
don't.
No.
I don't want to have to sit through another meeting because of you.
we had a production meeting about things we aren't able to joke about, and it's basically aimed at me. So I've asked production to bring me a list of things I'm not allowed to joke about. Until they bring me that list, no joking about anything.
Serious mode.
So you tried to trap me, and I dodged. Okay, so after yesterday, we can check on the standings, and we can see the Alliance. They didn't have to play yesterday; it's still there, 3-0. Na'Vi lost their game versus Empire, but won all their other matches so far, beating out, I think, Fnatic earlier in the season, and also yesterday they beat out Rocks.Kis. Team Empire winning both games yesterday over Sigma and Na'Vi. Fnatic winning 2, losing 2. Fnatic actually haven't played Alliance yet, and that's going to be today. So Fnatic have lost versus Na'Vi and Cloud9 thus far.
Yes.
So this is a big test for them today, because they're going up against Alliance and also Team Liquid.
No.
Yes.
They're playing against VP today.
Oh, VP,
and
Fnatic
Liquid.
VP,
Oh.
and Fnatic Liquid. It's Alliance Liquid.
Alliance Liquid.
So,
sorry.
scratch all
I
that.
apologize. You've got it in front of you. They're probably in the game. I don't have that kind of information, as we can see today. Now I have the information. It's Fnatic versus VP first up, Alliance versus Liquid, and then Fnatic versus Liquid. But I wanted to say that Fnatic still have a tough day today because they're playing Liquid.
Not
And
VP?
Alliance, they're also playing Liquid at the end. Did you not just see the schedule?
Are you saying that VP is not a tough challenge? Is that what you're saying? You're saying it's a tough day because they have to play Liquid, disregarding the fact that they're playing VP as well.
And Liquid did really bad in the Monster Invitational too.
Well, yeah.
How bad?
Like really.
It wasn't great.
Like really.
It
Two
really
of their
wasn't.
players
It was
died by the end of the tournament. It was awful.
You should have seen the blood.
One of them was kidnapped.
Really? Oh my god.
Like, they were
Fortunately,
just
Liam
playing so
Neeson was
bad.
there.
Like the audience got up, killed 2, kidnapped 1, and now they're a 2-man team.
Yeah.
It's grim.
But don't believe to tell the tale.
Dota 2's a tough game, buddy. Yeah, Fnatic versus VP. What a tough match that will be for VP.
I just want to see Illidan pick a hero that has a very, very common build and do exactly the
Just
opposite.
don't give him Naga Siren, man. I tried so hard to defend that skill build. I was like, man, maybe he's got
Did
some
you
like,
try it?
super next.
Don't knock it until you try it.
No, I didn't try it. But the thing is, even if you were going to do that, it's still always better to max Riptide. Like, I don't know, man. I got nothing. I was like, maybe he just wants the illusions to tank the Starstorm, and it does damage, and it's kind of like Treants. Now they instantly die still.
Yeah.
Because you don't have enough HP.
Damn. But he went stats as well.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So
He
he
went
went,
like
he went 4-1-1 stats.
4-1-1 stats.
Yeah, he got a point in stats, yeah.
How much damage does Riptide get? 30? 40?
50, I think. Or 40. 40 or 50.
I think it's 30, actually. I think it starts at 130, like 160, 190, 220. I think that's what it is.
Let's say it is like that.
Let's click on the tab
go
that
check.
we can look. Lumi's going to do it.
I'll
'cause,
go check.
You can go check, but while you check, let's introduce the teams for the first match. It's going to be Fnatic playing versus VP, and Fnatic look a little bit like this. And hopefully you read their compendium team bio,
Yes.
because that will tell you why they look like this. They've all had plastic surgery. It's Ira, Hani, Trixie, Notal, and Fly. They've had a rough start for a team that came second. 2 wins, 2 losses. So every match they really want to pick up a win here.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like last DreamLeague, they had a ridiculous start, right? I think they went like 4-0 and they beat Alliance and Na'Vi in their opening matches, and they looked really strong. And then, of course, they placed second in the finals. But for me, I feel like when Fnatic are playing well, they can beat any team, like any team. And I think No-Tail actually said that himself.
That's what Havertz said as well.
Yeah.
It was like Fnatic are a weird one, you know. You can win to them and they can lose to they can lose to you 0-2. Yeah, but Era's been doing pretty solid for him. As we just had him up there with his statistics, and he has been a real solid player for Fnatic every game so far.
I mean, are we honestly worried about Fnatic? I think no matter how badly, quote unquote, they do, they will be top 6. They'll be at LAN, and that's going to be a new start, I guess, for them.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, so I not worry at all that they're going to be at LAN.
Well, there's plenty of teams that can go for that top 6 spot. So
Like
you've
VP.
got Na'Vi, Alliance, Empire, Cloud9.
EG. You're putting Cloud9 on the list?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's,
okay.
I think it's fair.
Because I thought there was nothing with Cloud9 hates up in
No,
there.
it's not Cloud9 hate, it's
not
envy
Cloud9.
hate. Yeah,
I just, like, I like Cloud9,
Right.
but it's always nice to like them. Like, it's like a double win for me. I watch them and I'm like, come on, Sing, Bone 7,
Okay.
you know, Pylai Die, and the other one.
Great player, that one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, win that match. And when they're losing, I'm like, and your face is on envy. So they're my favorite team to watch.
Okay,
Because
fair
I
enough.
get everything out of it.
Yeah. So
Such
you
an
were
ass.
I actually like Eternal Envy's like attitude towards gaming, but I like the way that he plays the game and his builds and stuff. I just like face palm a lot of the time.
okay.
But you know, maybe he makes better moments than more better moments than not. But yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Never forget that time lapse, man. Buyback time
the
lapse.
dieback.
The dieback. I mean, if you're going to dieback, you might as well do it in style, right?
Of
Like, if you're
course.
going to fail, do it in a blaze of glory. Don't just like, oh, yeah, we lost like a 70-minute game. Buyback, time lapse into the enemy base, and then die again.
Again. What happened? Help.
Yeah. So Virtus.Pro, Cloud9 ruining your intro, Virtus.Pro. You'll beat him in the tournament. Don't worry.
There we have.
Illidan, God, Artsar, Jotum, and also NS.
Jotum fellow.
Not the start that they've
He's
wanted thus far. But Fnatic are a team that can be beaten, so this will be a big match for them going into today. And we can talk a little bit about Illidan. We mentioned it earlier, his skill builds. What do you want to see him play? Like, where do you want him to go on a carry?
I want him to play a carry where there's no decision making in terms of where you put your skills.
So you want to see like no rage life stealer.
I don't know. I just
Skeleton
think
King.
0-4-4.
no, you could still fuck it up.
Yeah, you can fuck it up. You can fuck it up a lot.
You could still actually fuck that up pretty bad. I don't know though. It's weird because it seems like he's just doing it to be innovative for no reason. Like, why would you just like the no breathe fire Dragon Knight? Really?
Was it
Really?
against OD?
No. He wasn't against it. He was safe lane farming.
I've done that before,
It's
no?
Illidan. He's a one player. He farms creeps.
You just get stats.
He didn't get an ability that farms creeps faster.
Doesn't make him spawn faster, though, Andy.
Maybe he
No,
didn't
it
want to
doesn't
push
make-
the
yeah,
lane.
but you can never farm everything. I've tried. Trust me. You can't.
He has nightmares. He's like,
I had a Kunkka game where I had like 1100 CS in 65 minutes and I still couldn't farm everything.
1100
Yeah.
CS.
I had 3 rapiers.
Okay,
I just one-shot everything.
fair enough.
We
Did you win?
lost.
No, I
We didn't
figured.
you lose every game you do well on.
I really do. I fucking lose every game.
You need to start playing wars.
I do.
Yeah.
You guys are onto something.
Get back into the
I
potato
win a lot of
bracket.
games. And I'm often the worst player in the team. But I do like to motivate people.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to do this thing. I actually think we should put in another secret stretch goal, but I can tell people what it is. I reckon we should do a thing where between some of the weeks we actually do like coaching. And we actually like coach people on our like personal streams, and we have like a set amount of coaching lessons with all of us.
That could
At the same time?
Not at the same time. Like we can take it different stages.
Okay, so somebody's going to be the Iron Fist, and Bruno could be the Velvet Glove.
But we don't. Yeah, like we could like. I just think like coaching. Like I really enjoy coaching.
It's kind of fun, yeah. I think it's fun too.
I just tell people to fight though. It's not like usual.
Yeah,
I like
James
just
is like-
yelling at him. Just
You're playing with
fucking
James.
go.
We lost 5 fights in a row. It's like, it's all right. Let's 5 man up and then 5 more.
I was like, guys, I gotta smoke. That's your solution to every problem. It's like, let's smoke.
It is, yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Me too.
Stressful day. Grab a smoke.
Grab a smoke.
There you go.
Just losing Dota. Smoke up. No, but I really like coaching. I coach DJ Wheat. and
remember
he
that.
was happy with my coaching skills. You don't even know who he is, do you?
I know who DJ Witt is.
Okay.
He didn't seem to
It's a
improve,
friend of
though.
DJ Korn.
I think that's a key part of the coaching thing.
Can we do that? A secret stretch goal?
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
At least, how many lessons should we offer?
Speaking.
However many you're willing to do.
Oh no, we need to do like 20 in total, but then do like certain amount each, like 4 each or something.
Okay.
That sounds.
Yeah, speaking of secret stretch goals, the $70,000, the vocal challenge. I don't know how you...
Yeah, it's a vocal something. That's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
In the next couple of weeks, we're just sorting out because we need external help. And no, that's not Toby.
We need like really
We
good
need really good
microphones. Yeah. We need like the, what do they call those things that they put in front of the microphones to make it like, you can't like...
Like the fly
poppers?
sweaters?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
Fly sweaters.
Booms, right? Isn't
Yes.
it a microphone boom? I think. Maybe. I don't know. Sound guy probably knows. I don't know.
Chris, help.
Chris.
I'm looking forward to singing my little heart out.
It's going to be good.
I want to be
How little
the
is your
best backing singer to the group there ever was.
We need to think of a good song.
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger.
We need to do...
There was a
Build
really
me up
good
Buttercup.
There was a really good
That's a
Dota
good song.
That's a good song.
Parody. Huh?
Build me up Buttercup. Why do you
Could you change
build
any of the
me up?
lyrics to kind of be like Dota of that?
Yeah, we can... If you want to submit Dota-related lyrics, just build me up Buttercup. Go to Twitter, DreamLeague. Follow
140 characters. Write the song.
Write the song. Could be a haiku as well.
Or just link to something. Yeah, I reckon coaching is good. I've already got there's one more secret stretch goal that's definitely in there.
Okay.
It's past the $100,000 mark, but it's awesome.
It's huge.
How
It's
big?
massive. Well, his head's
You
quite.
don't even know what it is.
I do.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it
I'm
is.
on the
Nobody's
inside.
talking
I really am getting replaced. Holy shit.
Well,
just trying to
now that
copy
you
it.
say it.
AC, come to the DreamLeague.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, you can stay.
Did it.
All right. Okay, so we've actually got a small problem with the players being unable to connect to Steam. Just right
Yeah,
now.
we got some issues.
So rather than us sit here
Predictions.
and I
We can do
predict
that,
they
yeah.
probably get in Steam at some point.
Great. Perfect.
No, I
Go on,
thought you
Bruno,
meant...
where do you
I
want
thought
to
you meant-
No, Bruno, this is all you.
No, he said he wanted to
No,
do
no,
predictions. I
no.
just thought he meant like us.
No,
I wanted to make predictions about the game. Who is going to win?
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I just gave it.
He's like,
I love that move. The nonchalant double point. It's like, yeah, I totally wanted to do that.
I was backstage yesterday listening to some of Bruno's commentary, and I was just like, a lot of it just sounded like Bruno's sexual pickup lines. Like I can't even remember what he said, but the English is so obscure at moments that if you just imagine just walking up to a girl and just saying that as the pickup line, and I can't remember. I really wish
It's really funny if you remember. Otherwise,
I
you're
know
just-
I don't. That's the problem. But it happened like a couple of times. I really wish I was backstage when the games are on. I kind of want to be backstage with like an overlay that I can like write myself.
I'm actually doing
Remember
that.
we did at TI.
I'm actually doing that. I'm actually doing that right now. I mean, not right. Wait a second. No, I'm doing that for the next following weeks so that you can play.
Okay, yeah, because we did that. I remember.
Yeah.
The TI2 qualifiers,
Right.
we had that. I mean, there's a little
Exactly.
face of you in
Yeah,
there.
no, it's different equipment right now, different servers, so we had to reduce some stuff. But yeah, that's one of the things.
But I want to like sit there when you commentate and just like listen intently and be like, Bruno says. But it's good.
Good times.
I enjoyed it when you commentated yesterday.
Yeah,
It was refreshing.
That's
Right, Andy?
Dude, I'll
He
be
was
totally
being
honest.
very refreshed.
I was in the bathroom for 20 minutes, and then I sat in the production area next to Wet Boss, and I fell asleep. Sorry.
It was
that's how boring.
It was
my
pretty good
commentary
because Shane. I didn't realize Shane was commentating the whole thing until Bruno casted with him. It was like someone was actually acknowledged it.
I nurtured you.
I try so hard. I when we're sitting up here, right? Like obviously you can't see us because we're in game. But I'll look to him and I'll
we're
say
still here.
something, and I'm just like,
Trust me.
I'm doing this, and Shane's just like, I got nothing, man. And I'm like, okay.
I've played this game before, but I panic. I'm like, oh god, what do I say?
I don't know.
You just need to have more of a conversation,
Yeah.
Andy. You know,
I
it's like,
do.
that's quite intimidating. I mean, it's not going to bring him out of his shell, is it? It's like, say something, you little fucker.
world.
No, Andy tried. Andy's like, Shane, answer this question. And before he answered, I just go like, oh yeah, I think about this. So I just cut over Shane. It's not his fault. It's my fault.
Yeah,
I take the blame.
Maybe a Dane Shane.
Shane's going to be doing
Today, I'll do that to you today. Okay?
No, I don't actually like that. It kind of scares me. I feel like I'm going to get shot or something.
It's fine.
This is not Ireland. You're fine.
That's on the list, Bruno.
Do people, do they shoot each other a lot over there? I don't think they do. I'm just like, is that a thing?
Ireland shot. Totally okay.
Yeah. It's really up there with rugby and football. Am I heading out today?
It's the Hunger Games.
I got my ball. Ireland's just one big
We have the
Hunger
resident
Game
Irish
island.
guy, so it's okay.
Here's one potato. There are 3 people. 2 must fall.
It's going pretty far, lads. When does it end?
Well, we did confirm that in the meeting earlier about what we can and can't joke about. That Ireland was still in there, right?
No one confirmed that.
I did.
Listen,
Okay.
at least next time it'll be my fault.
All right.
I'm okay with it.
All right. Okay. We're going to get Shane commentating a little bit later. It's going to be amazing. But until then, we're going to step away, probably get told off. And when we come back, we'll have a match, which will be Fnatic versus VP, not Fnatic versus Alliance, like Lumi said earlier.
Fuck it, Lumi.
What's up guys, I'm AP and I think that the Rise series of mechanical keyboards is perfect for gaming Dota 2. With 5 macro keys and 3 thumbser keys, I have a lot more options in my reach to take care of Dota 2's peripheral actions. And if that's not enough, I can bind secondary functions to each key thanks to Easy Shift. This, the high quality Cherry MX key switches and the comfortable wrist rest make the Rise series my choice for gaming Dota 2.
right, welcome back to Steam Updates Live, and the results are currently, Bruno?
We are going into the game.
No, you meant to say Steam's live.
Steamstat.us, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Steam
that
is
is the
alive.
website. All right, so before we get into the game, should we do predictions?
Yeah, let's do predictions on the game. Fnatic versus VP, guys. Any favorites?
Fnatic.
I think VP are going to win this one.
Any reason why?
Fnatic,
Is Fnatic gonna throw?
it's just, they're just not that good lately. You know what I mean?
They're gonna get out-drafted or outplayed.
Probably both. It's hard for me to imagine Fnatic either out-drafting or outplaying anyone in this tournament.
Fair enough.
And Wisp is banned. Let's
Okay,
go to the draft.
yeah.
That's everything.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
That's fine. Everybody knew that everyone bans Wisp against Fnatic anyway. It's pretty common. Pretty common affair. I'm joined by two gentlemen, one of which refuses to speak even though I consistently acknowledge him.
Oh, fucking batty.
I'm just messing with you. How are you, Shane? Are you doing good, man?
Yeah, I need to work on my sleep, but apart from that, it's good.
Yeah, for
They
people
actually-
who aren't actually in the studio, it's amazing because obviously we don't stand the whole time. When we're not on camera, we get to sit down. And,
Thank God.
you know, we grab our chairs and Shane gets his, but the thing is, his chair is broken. So Lumi and I both have chairs that actually function and can go up and down, but his can't.
I'm sitting on toilet paper.
He's sitting on a roll of toilet paper, like an industrial size roll, and then he has a sweater on top of that. So that's his chair.
It's a rug in case I get cold.
And if we just got this from production, right? If we get 100,000 in terms of overall prize pool increase from selling compendiums and tickets and stuff,
I got a golden
he
chair.
gets another. No, not a
No, you
golden
just
chair.
get a
You
regular
just get a
chair.
normal
Oh.
one.
Oh, well, that's...
I
That's
get the
pretty
golden
good.
chair.
That's pretty good. Like
Yeah, I
when we
would-
get to 100K, you get a chair. I get the cosplay. Like it's just something fucked up with that.
Well, what would you want the cosplay as?
I don't want
What?
to cosplay as anything.
Nothing? Not even Axe?
Yeah, but that's why it makes it good because people know you don't want to do it.
All right. Anyways, let's go to the game.
See, I love how he just immediately
Depression.
deflects.
I don't want to.
I'm still pushing Queen of Pain.
I'm just hoping we never get to 100K.
Listen, I
I'm
think-
sorry, but you're not gonna get the chair.
I think light blue was totally your color.
Light blue.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's Queen of Pain's skin color. It's like light blue.
What about Wisp? That's like light blue.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen the? Actually,
we could do this toilet paper right now, and you could cosplay as Wisp right now. Just cover it in toilet
no,
paper.
no. There was a really good Wisp cosplay where you wear this like giant bulb on your hair, and then you turn off all the lights, and then you turn on the bulb, and it's just like this blue
You're
ball.
tiny. It's tiny though. Like Wisp's pretty big
How do you know how big Wisp is?
compared to the other heroes.
He's tiny.
From like Warcraft 3, I actually thought Wisp was pretty large.
Really?
Because like they circled around the trees, right? So you could see them.
Yeah.
I guess.
So it was like, you know,
Oh,
a
Invoker.
couple of feet tall
Holy.
maybe.
Look at these heroes.
Yeah, VP actually get their hands on a first pick Invoker, which is pretty uncommon. The hero's been high priority in terms of bans so far, at least in the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. And then Fnatic, they get Ember, a hero who hasn't really been emphasized much at all.
We haven't seen him in this competition yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we have actually.
You're right. But back on the point about Invoker being popular pick, if you guys have the compendium, and if you don't, you could purchase a ticket for it to increase the Shane chair prize pool.
Yeah, it's the main reason.
One of the pages that we did on that compendium was, I think Invoker was 83% picked in week 1. Bruno, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he says it's right. So, yeah, hero that is very commonly picked. How is he actually doing though? Like just from a general perspective, not from like a win rate thing. Like, do you think he's a hero worthy of first pick?
I do. I think that his laning phase is significantly stronger. They buffed him twice, right? Ever since they took away a lot of base damage way back in the day,
Yes.
right? Like super long time
And
ago.
the 4-staff buff
And
was at
then
the same
people
time.
stopped picking him, and then they changed. Like Shane said, the 4-staff no longer gives you damage anymore.
Yep.
So
And attack speed.
Attack speed.
right, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you can't really go that item. Quaswex doesn't feel so great. People started going Exort, but it still didn't really feel fantastic. But now you can go Quaswex, and to be honest, Invoker is incredibly hard to lane against as Quaswex because
Well-
you have pretty much infinite regen.
I think the really cool thing was they allow you to invoke 2 spells with 1 level invoke,
Right.
which allow you to get to the double force spirit
By
1 or
level
2
9.
levels quicker, which is actually a big deal for invoker. And then now they made the explosion of EMP.
Wait, how does having 2 invokes let you get it to it quicker?
Because you needed the...
I mean,
Technically, you still get
technically you could get there
the same
as soon
level.
as
But
possible.
you wouldn't have the cold snap,
But
though.
you also wanted, an extra level invoke. But we digress.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. It is better for sure. like a level 9.
Guys,
Hey, Bruno, you want to talk?
I think I think people can still hear me, which is good. Before going into the game and before we continue with the draft, I wanted to talk about the predictions that were in for this game in particular.
I like that. I like that.
So people
what did people say?
Yeah, no, I can say what people said because I actually have that information. But before saying that, because it's more interesting, I wanted to discuss the 3 predictions that are going on the compendium for this game. So we have the first one, who is going to win the match. This one is the one that we discussed before.
Okay.
Right? We said Fnatic, 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 Fnatic. And the other one, the second one, is which player is going to get the last kill of the game. So pay attention to that.
Okay.
The last kill of the game.
That's so...
Now, is that the last kill until the people type GG?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
That's probably going to be on a carry hero.
No.
something
Oh,
like-
you don't
You never know.
You never know. It's so random.
It's a total
It's more
random
likely.
question, yeah.
And then the third one is which player is going to end up with the most assists.
Probably the carry.
Invoker, like AoE spells, they help a lot.
Well, you also have to assume if you think Fnatic's going to win and you think the Invoker is going to have the most assists, it doesn't necessarily coincide with what your original statement was, right?
that's true.
Because typically a team who wins is going to have more kills most of the time, especially look at Fnatic's lineup. I mean, they have heroes that can fight,
Quick question. If you dazzle ult somebody, and that's like the only thing you do,
not an assist.
No, you need to do damage.
It's like Omni Knight heal and repel. You don't get assists.
Tree
for
and
that.
armor.
you do get a heal if you kill
You damage with the
yeah,
heal.
Yeah, okay.
But if you just heal somebody and it hits nothing, then you don't get an assist.
Yeah, we're talking about very relevant things to the draft right now, which...
Well, I mean,
Thanks to
it's a
Bruno.
question that maybe somebody didn't know the answer to, and
okay.
now you know. But proximity gold is always there, regardless.
Yes.
So you don't have to get an assist necessarily.
That's why poor Treant never really got it, because he's just sitting in the jungle just healing people.
He wants to be with his people, man.
Yeah.
Tree people.
That's why he hates being dire.
Well, I mean, his family's like dead in there. There's no leaves on those
Pretty
trees.
horrible thing.
It's kind of screwed up, right?
Anyways.
Listen,
Okay.
if you got a problem,
I have no problem whatsoever.
Clockwork.
I love Clockwork, actually, with Invoker. You can go either Quaswex or Exort. Doesn't really matter. Both builds are still good. You can line up Sunstrikes inside of Cogs. Alternatively, you can EMP inside of Cogs. Both abilities synergize really well with the hero, and it leaves you pretty wide open to do whatever you want. But I think given the draft that VP has so far, I'm kind of leaning towards Exort, actually, because they're a low damage lineup, pretty decent survivability, good initiation, pretty good control so far. Obviously, we haven't seen what their carry is going to be yet in secondary support, but just seeing what I have out of them, I wouldn't be shocked to see like a Marana or something like that. They just seem like a lineup who is exceptional at skirmishing, taking fights pretty much wherever they want to. It's nice.
I actually like the EMP a little bit more here. Ember Spirit, one of the better way to actually lock him down is actually not to chain stun him, but to take his mana away. Shadow Shaman, who is already a mana starved hero, so EMP him and he's done. And then Bat Rider, same thing, like EMP him and he's pretty much wrecked. So Shane.
Yes, most of the Ember Spirits we've seen recently have gone mid. How does Invoker do?
He crushes them.
Bruno's giving me the eyes.
We're all giving you guys.
Invoker, even if he goes Quaswex, he beats him. If he goes Exort, I think he beats him harder, because Flame Guard doesn't really matter when you're getting right-clicked for like 100 damage in level 3.
And he has
So-
really low base HP as well.
Yeah, he does not have very good stat gain. So
Although I actually had a chance to watch interview done by AI when he was at the South by Southwest Monster Cup. Is that called Monster Cup?
I don't
Monster
know.
Invitational or
Monster
something? I
Invitational.
don't think that's what it was.
So in his interview, he was talking about none of the other teams are playing Ember Spirit, which he thinks, is a surprise because he thinks Ember Spirit right now is one of the more stronger heroes. And their way of actually playing Ember Spirit is actually skipping the Flame Guard. He says that if you actually max out the chain and then the Sleight of Fist, you do actually a lot more damage. But the only time you could actually get to do that if you're a safe lane carry where you're not under a lot of like harass
Stress,
or whatnot.
yeah.
So if he's not going mid, we could actually see Fnatic Bat Rider go mid. We see Hani, I think, play mid against Cloud9 the other day with the Bat Rider mid. So there is a possibility that Arrow will be playing the Ember Spirit, in which case he might get to go for a different skill build that might not prioritize Flame Guard. But we'll see how things go, because right now the Fnatic lineup is very versatile in terms of laning. You could go, Bat Rider off lane, Ember Spirit mid, and pick up Arrow's hero, or you could do, Ember safe lane, Bat Rider off, and pick up a mid hero. And it's really hard to predict.
If he goes Exort on Invoker, I feel he's way easier to kill, like the gank, like with Chen. But if he's Quaswex, it's insanely hard to gank a Quaswex.
Yeah, the
Invoker.
movement speed is a big
And
deal.
the tornadoes, just like, goodbye, you're up in the air. See us later, lads. Earthshaker.
I like the ES pick. I love it against Bat, just in general, because I can't remember what team. Maybe it was
Oh my god,
Cloud9.
that game.
Cloud9.
Yeah, it was Cloud9,
Twilight
Twilight
Eye.
right. He was playing on Earthshaker, and every single time there was a Bat Rider initiation, it's just, nope, fissured. And the nice thing about that hero is every single patch, they buff his fissure range, so eventually he'll just be able to do it from the well.
Yeah.
But it's seriously so good. You can stand as far away as you want. You can let your teammates initiate. No big deal. The only thing you have to be cautious of is with the clockwork. Sometimes you can inadvertently block your own teammate if you get stuck in cogs and you like break one, but he fissures that side, and then you're just like kind of sad.
You can also do the thing in middle where you ancient farm. Or
Yeah,
it's
you can
bottom.
do that as well.
I imagine that's something that might be done this game.
It could be.
Yeah, I mean,
It denies a little bit of experience from the mid.
it really helps Invoker to, get that lead that he wants. And right now, Virtus.Pro don't have heroes that really need help. Clockwork should be fairly self-sufficient by himself. So yeah.
Slardar is still in as well. And we've seen a lot of Dazzle Slardar combos.
We also seen a lot of Dazzle by itself. I'm not sure. I think Andy and I have been talking a lot about Dazzle. What's your take on the hero? Like, is he worth all the hype?
I think he's really good for over-aggressive heroes like Clockwork who want to get up in their face and you can like shallow grave them to get them out of trouble.
Okay.
And the ulti really makes him like Invoker or someone like that, like right click just so much harder. I think it's really good. It's good with illusion heroes as well.
Okay.
Like Naga and stuff like that.
Cool.
Andy, your face is weird.
That's because Fnatic just picked Morphling, man.
Okay.
I don't see the problem with the hero.
Here, I think it's okay because look at Virtus.Pro. What push potential does that team have?
Forge Spirit.
None right now. Virtus.Pro my
They
last
have
pick.
none, but their last pick has to be a carry.
Yeah.
So unless they pick like a Luna, which is they can't because it's banned, and they don't have Lycan because they banned it themselves.
And Dazzle can push pretty well.
Do you just pick like?
Is that
He can heal.
Like, do you just pick AM?
Anti
Do you pick Mirana and just try to go ham?
Doesn't Morphling counter AM though? Like he can make an illusion of the really strong.
I mean, I
They
think it's
counter
more
each other.
Yeah, it's more of like
Because if you blink Manta on Morphling, and the Morphling doesn't have waveform, you go and you explode.
actually, Morphling used to be a very popular hero past TI2, and AM's rise of popularity was killing Morphling day after day after day.
Yeah. It's kind of who gets a jump though, isn't it? Like if the AM gets a jump on the Morphling, he has the advantage. But if it's the other way around.
There are some situations where I would say that the AM has the advantage, but sometimes, like way back when Morphling was picked, like Limby was saying, Shadow Demon was also very common,
Yeah.
and Shadow Demon like destroys anti-mage,
Yeah.
so it's very hard. to deal
Okay,
with.
so you're saying what push potential? It's going to be a Drow Ranger, not exactly the like most old school of
that's
pushers.
so risky though.
It is. For most Drow games, you have to be at parity or ahead, and we'll see whether Virtus.Pro's early game is good enough for that.
I love the greedy choice, though, I'll be honest. I really like the fact that Fnatic picked Morphling, which I never thought I would hear myself say. But given these circumstances,
Yesterday you were like,
you're looking at VP's team, it's like, sure, the Drow might get some farm, but Ember deals very well with Drow, and so does Morphling, and so does Bat. So I'm really hoping that the counter initiation from this Earthshaker and the Clockwork and maybe a Quaswex Invoker can buy him the space that he needs, because if not, we're going to see a repeat of last time VP played Drow in the DreamLeague, and
It was a sad day.
it wasn't great, And G has a new Invoker set. What a player.
Look at his face. He looks like a clown.
It is a little bit crazy looking, isn't it?
What is this set? I don't think the
Arsenal
mask
Magus.
is.
Yeah,
I
it
don't-
is. It's part of the set. Apparently, it has different styles. You can set it to Exort.
I think this is
Quas,
the
or
Dota
Wex.
Cinema
Or
set.
hair. Exort, Quaswex, or hair.
So he must be playing Wex Invoker.
Judging by his set.
Yes. Unless it's like an elaborate next level tro.
Oh, but he has the Wex face on. He must be Wex.
Well, he got pulled a few tangos, which is pretty common, but I don't think.
I think if you go this, you go Exort.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't think you buy this much regen if you're going Quas Wex.
Especially the Null Talisman. That kinda-
Typically, what I do at least is I'll go 3 Quas, 1 Wex, because you can just right-click the person like over and over and over again. And the other nice thing is too is that you don't need more points into Wex for the laning phase. All you need is a Tornado, because the lift time is based on Quas. So if you're against a Bat Rider per se, in some cases all you have to do is throw the Tornado, and it doesn't matter because you have the regen, right?
Yeah, but the baby tornado is not exactly great. It's so small, the range, if you only have one
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
small, but you don't need the range. You just need to make sure that it hits, because I'm just speaking like, obviously Bat Rider's offlane this game, but if he was mid, then if he's walking towards you because you have like 4 or 5 stacks in Napalm, it's like a guaranteed Tornado every time, even if it's 1 Wex. Anyway, we kind of tangentized quite a bit, and No Tail's going to block the Ancients just because he was anticipating that fissure mid, so that's already come into play, using a Sentry for that.
Yep, good stuff. The thing I'm very surprised about is Era on the top lane is he actually didn't skill his morph until he was well between his tier 1 tier 2 tower, and now he's morphing to a lot to agility, which is normal, but look at his mana, it's done. So when he gets 2 and 3, he's actually going to miss one waveform because of that. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, cause him to miss a kill.
Maybe he was waiting to see what the lanes would be.
Yeah, that's my guess as well. Because if it was an aggressive lane with a Drow and an Earthshaker, it would actually be very difficult for him to farm. And in a 1v1, sure, Trixie probably beats the Clockwork, but it's not by a huge margin. I don't think you can actually kill Clockwork in that 1v1 unless he plays really poorly.
When he learns the cogs and he just starts draining your mana, it's so infuriating.
Oh,
yeah, right now, this seems like Trixie's having a little bit of hard time, but he does have 4 stack here on the Dazzle, now 5. He's actually going to bully the Dazzle back a little bit.
He might get first blooded here. He's going to end up dropping Hearthart. He picks off Arrow while he's solo, and now Fly wants to commit. He's waiting for the battery assault to wear off. He's got Ether Shock and Shackle, but he unfortunately is not going to be able to do it on his own. So that mana was a problem, and mid as well. Or excuse me, not mid, off lane. Looks like there is a kill. So Trixie gets Dazzle, but forfeits his own life.
I mean, that's a win here for Trixie. So would you consider a win? Like
he didn't give the kill to Illidan, so I guess it's okay.
No, a win for the Bat Rider.
Yeah, getting a kill and then not giving gold to the carry is definitely a win.
But I did not imagine that Morphling would die to a Clockwork solo.
It was what you said about the no mana,
yeah,
and then the mana burn from the cog.
Yeah, he couldn't morph to Strength, unfortunately. And that's going to force Era to forego any thought of going ahead of Midas. He just goes boots first now.
I think that was honestly a bit of a mistake by the supports too, because if your laner is having a hard time, you don't pull. You know what I mean? Like, because he pulled right there, he didn't have a creep wave, and I think he was maybe expecting to have one and just got caught out of position because there was nothing there. Because if Battery Assault at level 1 is around a full creep wave, you're not dying, right? Like, you can just sit there. But because he didn't have any creeps, then suddenly the situation changes drastically. And Trixie is going to get fissured here, trying to fly over the trees. He's got the Firefly. I don't think they're actually going to be able to kill him.
Sunstrike, though!
Oh, they got him.
Right on target. And you guys are wondering what kind of build we're seeing. It's not a Wex build. It's going to be an Exort Invoker. And that's going to, going back to the point that you're saying, it doesn't matter if you have Flame Guard or not, or Ember Spirit, you're going to just take right clicks up the face. And that's exactly what G is doing to
Sunstrike is pure damage as well.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a 3 CS Ember Spirit compared to the 17 and 4 of G. So, yeah, Invoker stomps this hero very hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Ember Spirit could go mid against majority of the good mid heroes.
Well, you have to Bottle Crow pretty much if you're going to mid on this thing, especially if you're against a hero that's ranged, because you need to use your Flame Guard to push out the wave a lot, and you need to make sure that you can get rune control, which in this situation, honestly, for Hani, shouldn't be too difficult. He's already got a haste, so he can secure the 4-minute rune pretty easily. He's got vision of at least bottom, so...
I mean, sure, I guess you could activate a Flame Guard and walk next to the creep wave, but that's not going to stop G from right-clicking you, right?
Well, the Flame Guard has enough range to where if G is actively doing that, he'll pull creep aggro himself, and he will have to reposition. Right. So, I mean, it's not an ideal situation, but I think it's pretty much the only thing you can do. Otherwise, you're kind of just sitting there and waiting.
All right, looks like we're going to get a little bit of help on the mid lane here. Chen is coming around with the Furball creep, but well, G got it. He's really slow on the reaction, and he's going to go down here. Sunstrike's going to get dropped, not going to get any kill. He definitely saw the Furball for like a full second. I guess he was looking elsewhere.
I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, there was a haste on Ember. I don't think you can run from that.
Fair enough.
And he doesn't have Ghost Walk because of Exort.
Yes.
Yeah, just like you said earlier, if you don't have Quas Wex, those ganks are a lot easier to come by.
Even though Hani got the kill, he's still behind in this lane, like even with G dying, because he got a Sunstrike kill, so he's still doing quite well for himself.
It seems he was rushing a hand of Midas. It would just...
Yeah, some people go hand of Midas, some people just go Treads, some people go Force Staff. I personally don't play Exort that much, because I'm pretty bad at it, actually. I'm just like, for whatever reason, I always forget that I have Force Spirits. Oh, Fissure.
Ooh, mid lane Sunstrike's gonna come by.
Yeah, but it misses.
Yeah.
I actually stack jungle camps when I play Invoker. And then meteor them.
Yeah. Do you do like the 4 Exort, 1 Quas, 1 Wex build? I've seen people do that too.
I actually sometimes get more in Quas than Exort, because the Forge Spirits don't have enough time to stack camps.
Yeah.
And the Quas increases the duration of them.
Yeah, that's true. It's a pretty good idea. But can't you just, like, on the 30-second creep wave, just always spawn a Forge Spirit and guarantee stack?
Not if it's level 1 Quas.
How long do they last level 1 Quas?
Like 14 seconds or 15 seconds or something.
Really? That's
hover over it there.
Can't open the...
20 seconds. It's
20
20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Okay, yeah.
Which
So you do
level
need
was-
2 quas. Minimum.
I like how this has changed into like a
Well, the thing is,
Invoker.
Invoker is a fun hero, like in all aspects. Like he's fun to watch.
Uh-huh.
So I'm interested in it.
I think Jadam's dying right
he's,
here.
He's dead. He
Yeah.
is super dead.
TP support.
TB supports are coming. Oh, there's a grave though. Can they drive him away? Keep in mind that there's a sleight of fist and does have fairly long range. What a zip was that, honey?
Maybe he forgot that when you're slow.
Oh,
you can't-
no deny. Well then.
Okay, so for any Ember Spirit player out there who doesn't understand what just happened, when you're slowed and you actually use a Spirit, like you're casting the spell itself, not going to the Remnant that's already out, the movement speed is based on your move speed.
Yes, so this if you're
so Hani
slowed.
tried to throw out a Spirit to snipe the kill after the Grave wore off, but he was poison touched, so he didn't actually go to it, which sucks for him.
Yeah. That's a costly death, especially when he's behind.
Yeah, he's still only got 13 CS. It's 6 minutes into the game. Like, he is not having a great time.
He's reliant on levels though, Ember, more than farm at the start, really.
I mean, you still need some items, because the thing is, if you're going mid-Ember and you're maxing Flame Guard, you're not going to be on the outside of the fight just spamming Sleight of Fist like you would if you were a carry. You're going to be in the middle of the fight with Flame Guard on hoping that that deals a majority of your damage. So I would actually argue the opposite. If you do not have farm on this hero and you're trying to stay in the fray, at least for the first 20, 30 minutes of the game, you're going to get demolished. Like, that's a problem because they have a Drow and an Exort Invoker, so there are methods that they can use to just flat out destroy you.
Yep.
So,
and this Exort Invoker just picked up Hanamitis, so his right clicks will be that much stronger, that much faster, and he's gonna get those levels. So I imagine Ember Spirit either have to leave the lane now to actually recover by ganking his way back in the game. I don't think farming his way back is gonna work. We'll see though.
Chen seems to be sniffing out middle again.
the one thing we always have to be keeping track of too is like the carries in comparison to each other. I mean, Drow has gotten pretty much the same exact farm as Era, more or less, like 2 or 3 CS difference, maximum.
Era died once, though.
Yeah, Era did die, but it was super early. I don't think he lost much gold.
Trixie, though, now.
Trixie is in trouble. Frost Arrow spam. NS behind the tower. Nice fissure. Look at that range, man. Unbelievable. There's even a ward behind that little patch of trees, so they're going to be able to pick him off, and they get the tower. Illidan secures the last hit, and this is looking really solid so far for VP.
Yeah. Also, very interestingly, that Illidan has maxed his aura first.
Oh, top. Our start. Not having a great time.
He's made of steel. He's grand.
Top tower is
Yeah,
under
he's got
attack.
the pots and pans to protect the man.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They're trying to bring down this tower, but that Rocket Flare is actually doing a ton of damage. Rocket Flare being maxed out. This is actually not a build that a lot of Clockwork players really like nowadays, because if you catch a support with a level 1 battery assault, you're not getting the kill, but it's actually doing a lot of work here. We saw him securing a kill against Ember Spirit earlier, and now pushing out the creep wave, so there is merits of the Rocket Flare max build.
Yeah, I like it in this case because Morphling's not a hero that is known for his laning potential necessarily. So just having that kind of a skill to deal harassment damage before he got the Ring of Health. I mean, obviously now that he has it, it's not as bad. But just to be annoying and just to be able to steal like pulls and stuff like that from No Tail or the support if Fly was up there doing it, it's still really nice to have. And the other thing too is he's not going to be going for solo kills against those heroes. He can't go for Morphling after Waveform is actually skilled and he has enough mana to use it because Battery Assault won't be effective in that situation. So
Did you ever see a Clockwork block camps with the rocket? It's so infuriating.
it's very annoying, yeah. I have seen it, but it's actually hard to do.
It's really difficult. You have to like time the rocket to fly over it at the
Yeah, it
exact
has to
spot.
be over the camp, not hit it, but over it when things spawn.
Okay, I've got a question about Morphling here. If you replicate the Drow, do you get as passive?
I don't think so. I don't.
There's some passive you get and some you don't.
Yeah, I think that's actually one that you don't get.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of ridiculous. And
Mid lane, they're gonna go gank. They are gonna hit the chain, and here comes Fly. Where it's a Shackle or Hex. There's nothing. They finally do Shackle him, but the Grave comes in time. It's gonna be Hani that's dropping fast. Hand of God's gonna come through. Hani drops, and now they want Fly. Fly being sent back. The Fidget's right there, and they get him as well.
The messenger.
Damn.
15 HP. Well, I mean, obviously he got graved, but insane reaction from VP. And that fissure, man, it actually blocked him. I couldn't even believe
Did
that.
it block them?
Yeah, it did.
I love the way they let the Dazzle TP first as well, so he had the quickest response.
Yeah, I think when you're playing any support, really, if you have a stun or if you have a grave like Dazzle, you should always be the first TP. I think even if like Jadam TP'd, he still would have died.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you bring out a good point, right? If you have a stun or if you have a grave, that's an interesting argument. Like, who TPs first? Let's say if the Invoker wasn't that low, and let's say they're backing out from the tower, there might be a case that it's better for the Earthshaker to TP first to cut off the retreat path.
Oh, Trixie. He's so fast. Firefly. Illidan's going for vision. There's still that ward. Meta's doing work. Oh, he cancels.
Sunstrike?
Well, that was a bit off. Trixie knew, though. He was doing the Serpentine, man. He's like,
oh, the Rocket Flare's coming through, though, but it's kind of missed. Yeah.
Trixie
He
hasn't left the area.
They have vision of him as well.
He'll make it back home. Oh, Rocket Flare.
Oh, fly.
It's going to be close.
Rest in peace, friend.
No, I think it's going to be fine. Meanwhile.
Oh. He got him. But he had Tranquil Boots, so he was regenerating that whole time anyway. Sunstrike. just gonna
leave him
sit
alone.
in the base, man. Now he's just going to permanently run back and forth the whole game.
So his skill build, he hasn't learned any in Flame Break.
Yeah, it's pretty common when you're in a situation where you're not going for kills to max Firefly, just because you can go to the jungle and potentially like stack and farm camps really quick to recover and get your Blink Dagger.
I think Flame Break might have actually saved him once or twice. We saw how close those dives from Drow Ranger has been, so I'm actually surprised he doesn't have that 1 point just for the utility.
But they don't have any channeling heroes as well.
Well, he got it now. Like, he just skilled it at 8. He just leveled, so.
Stream cheer.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to go for him once again here. Earthshaker's hiding in the woods. There's the fissure. Oh my god, the damage output is absolutely insane. Trixie just melts. Here comes No Tail with his creeps coming around, but a little bit too late.
You know, I want to bring up something, unless this fight breaks out, in which case we'll talk about that. But yeah, they're not going to be able to chase. And Fnatic still continue to get a little bit farther and farther behind. But we were talking about the defensive posturing of VP and what kind of potential they would have in that regard. But they've actually been the aggressors for the majority of this game. They're the ones going for kills. Sure, Fnatic, they got counter-ganked once, but that was pretty much the only time. And now, speaking of more aggression, Sunstrike coming in on top of Hani. G going to get himself yet another kill. And Virtus.Pro have no intention of backing down. It's just, they're going, man.
You were saying in the draft about taking away Ember Spirit's mana, but now all they have to do is silence them.
Oh, hook, middle lane. Arsar finds No Tail. He's going to block all the creeps out as well, and the meatball to follow it up. Trixie, he wants to find a lasso on Arsar. He's going to use a flame break, gets in range. It's going to pull him potentially into the tier 2. Era TP's in as well. It's going to be a very, very needed kill for Fnatic. That is their 3rd kill of the game.
Yeah, meanwhile, when that kill was happening, there was an intense micro battle for the tier 1 tower where the Invoker was using Force Spirit to last at the tower, and No Tail was trying to use the creeps to deny the tower. Looks like G with the high base damage won out that fight. Pretty good stuff for him.
I'm really concerned for Fnatic though, because at first I liked the Morphling pick a lot, but given how well VP are playing this, suddenly that pick doesn't really seem as relevant, because Illidan has already mowed down 2 towers, and he's going to hit level 11 soon, which means marksmanship is going to be doing even more damage. So at that stage, how do they really deal with him?
It's all on Trixie, really, isn't it?
Well, it is on Trixie, but I think Hani was hoping to have a much better time.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of assuming that maybe that matchup would go more favorably for the Ember, but it really doesn't. So I think they kind of had their eggs in one basket, say, okay, Hani's going to buy us time for the mid game. That hero has a lot of damage output, but can't really live against VP's lineup.
Yeah, and VP's now just straight going for these towers. Look at Illidan. He already has a Mask of Madness and now a Shadow Blade. I don't think he'll be escaping much with the Shadow Blade. In fact, I think he's going to be like sneaking right behind people and start killing stuff. Invoker teleporting on top lane with a Boots Travel, Hand Midas, as well as a Force Staff. I do not see Fnatic actually stopping this push. This just reminds me of Cloud9 when they pushed down multiple towers and Fnatic could not do a single thing against the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, I really feel as though Fnatic just, it sounds weird, but they aren't experienced against playing Drow lineups. The Cloud9 game was a bit different though, because they put the Drow mid.
Yes.
And they weren't really expecting it. And speaking of expectations, looks like VP is well aware that Fnatic is doing Roshan. They just don't care.
Yeah.
They said, you can have your Aegis, it's fine. We're going to take your safe lane tier 2.
Who do you give the Aegis to?
In this case, I would probably say Hani, but no,
yeah, I'm surprised it's not Hani. Hani needs to jump in and, like you say, use that Flame Guard for the most of his damage, and he most likely will be dying. So Era might be playing that frontline role. Yeah, I don't think Virtus.Pro cares. They're going to just go up the high ground, activate the Mask of Madness, and just go. They have Annis backing things up with Grave. They have Arzar on the backline as well, you know, hooking and whatnot. So we'll see whether these tier 3 towers can be going down quick.
That rocket is actually hurting a lot. Like,
the base defense for Fnatic is still pretty good. Once you have Mass Serpent Wards off
it's been used. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when it's up again,
He also
it'll be
maxed
nice.
out a
But
fist
I don't.
there.
I mean, VP, what rush do they really have? Do they really need to end the game right now? Because
They
the
don't.
Drow, farm-wise, is still pretty far ahead. Well, maybe not that far ahead, but a decent margin. 2,700 gold, give or take, right now at 15 minutes, which is actually, yeah, that's quite a bit. That's almost a full Shadow Blade worth of money, and the difference between Illidan and Era right now. So time is definitely not on Fnatic's side right now. If Era can manage to farm 1 or 2 items up, I think they might be able to hang on. But other than that, I think they're in a very bad situation.
Yeah, and I mean, what is going to happen for Fnatic in the next 2-3 minutes here? I think the best bet is having Trixie finish farming that Blink Dagger, which, by the way, we saw 10-minute blinks as a standard timing, you know, last couple of times we've seen Batrider. Look at the time right now, 16 minutes, and Trixie barely farms a Blink. And even after he gets a Blink, guess what? Earthshaker is going to be your worst enemy from Virtus.Pro. So I feel like Trixie's going to have continuously a very tough time. And if Virtus.Pro wants, they could push down this mid-tier 2 at any given moment and not really lose too many heroes for it.
I think they could just get it for free. I'm actually surprised they didn't just go after they
from
saw
top to
Glyph.
mid. Yeah, I'm surprised as well.
Because the Glyph was used, so why not just go for the tier 2 straight away? Maybe they were a little bit afraid of the Aegis. I don't see why they would be. It's just a Linken's Morphling. Let's be honest, that hero doesn't impact much until he gets a second or a third item. I mean, he has it now, but
at the time they didn't. He didn't have it, yeah. Yeah, it's quite...
Even Jotham's going to have a Blink Dagger at around the same time that Trixie gets his.
Yeah, that's kind of
And
sad.
the thing that's even more staggering is looking at the net worth. It's like Hani is worth 3,600 gold. The support Earthshaker on VP has more gold than he does.
The power of towers, man.
Well, not just the power of towers, but the power of winning your lanes super hard.
What would you do differently in this case, in this game? Could you dual lane mid with Ember Spirit? Would that have made a difference?
I think when they saw the Invoker pick, it was just a little bit maybe too greedy to go for a Morphling, or maybe Era just doesn't play Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just saying, okay, well, we can't put Era on this, we need somebody else to play it. Oh, I guess we have to put it mid. It's a bad matchup, but we'll try to compensate, you know? I think that's probably what ended up happening, because somewhere down the line, they could have picked a hero that would have matched up well against Invoker. They just never did it.
Like Queen of Pain.
Even Bat would have been better.
I think Bat should have gone mid, Ember safe, and then picked the offlane. But like you said, perhaps Era wasn't too experienced with the hero. And here comes this tier 1, tier 2 push. Fnatic, though, now with the Aegis, a Linken's finish, and possibility of a Mass Serpent Ward, as well as a Blink Dagger Batrider, does have some things to defend against it. But no one's making that rotation. Virtus.Pro is going to get this tower for free.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah,
Shroud does so much damage to towers. It's crazy.
This is pretty much the worst case situation for heroes like Morphling, because you don't really have any solo kill potential right now. It's not like another hero like AM, where if you find a support out in the open and you have Manta Battle Fury, you can just kill the hero. Morphling doesn't really offer that until he has roughly like 10, 12,000 gold worth of items. So he needs like E-Blade, Linken's, possibly Treads, and like full agility morph basically to be able to do much. And Era is still pretty darn far away from that.
Yeah, I think Fnatic, though, still have some game in them, because the high ground defense of Fnatic is actually pretty impressive. You have, you know, Chen creeps offering things like Tornado, Mass Serpent Wards from Fly, the Batrider from Trixie. So I think breaking high ground is going to take some effort from Virtus.Pro. So
if they're 5-man and you're Batrider, who do you go in and grab?
Well, that's the real problem that they're going to run into.
Is it Earthshaker?
I mean, you want to grab either Drow or Invoker, but the problem is the Clockwork and the Earthshaker is going to just make you grab nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts as well. And even on top of that, once the Dazzle starts getting more levels, he can start putting more points into Grave, which means that potentially you could be looking at a Fissure, a Hook, and a Grave on the person that you go or try to initiate on, and that's not ideal.
Did you see the little troll kill the ward?
Yeah, man.
What a ninja troll.
Got to keep yourself safe. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way when you're dewarding your
The
own
troll, he's as equally as important as Chen.
Radiant's
I don't know,
bottom
man.
tower is under attack.
His baby.
I really feel like this game got very, very out of hand very quickly for Fnatic. They just had a couple of mistakes. That counter gank mid, honestly, I feel is what turned the game the most. Like when they tried to kill G and they just couldn't do it, and they lost 2 people. Yeah. I mean, that is momentum-changing stuff. Blink Dagger on Trixie, bottom lane, Enchant, Fissure, and good night. G manages to pick himself up some more gold, and he's almost got a Hex, and it's 20 minutes in.
Yeah, the really cool thing about Butcher Travel that allowed that gank to be successful was Butcher Travel allows you to stack TP with teleport scrolls without having a staggering time, if that makes sense. So they both got there instantly, basically, and then Batrider just got picked. And we're looking at Drow Ranger's farm, Illidan's farm.
Just has 5k cash.
Yeah.
Casual.
Casual.
I don't want to spend it. I just kind of like the gold.
What do you reckon here?
I would honestly just go like Butterfly. I assume he might do something like a Manta. It's not, well...
Sure.
Could he just go BKB?
Manta's good for the push, but he could go BKB. The thing is, I don't really think he needs it.
I don't think he needs it either. I mean, you have a
he does. He
Dazzle.
gets a BKB.
You have an Earthshaker. You have a Clockwork. I would personally favor a Mjolnir. Just stack up the DPS.
With the BKB, he's like, I don't give a shit about anything.
But he already doesn't, to be honest.
But his lineup is supposed to be made to defend him anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like
nobody can defend
getting a BKB is redundant in terms of an item choice because you already have an Earthshaker, a Grave, and a Hookshot to protect you.
Right.
Like that's what the heroes are there for.
In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're BKB, your Dazzle cannot heal you or Grave you.
Yep. Well, actually, I think you can still get healed. You just can't target him with the heal.
Okay, but you definitely
But you
cannot
grave him.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about this, but they're so far ahead. Like, as long as he spends his go and
Yeah, I
does
don't think it
a
matters.
thing, yeah, it's fine.
Oh no, Trixie, not again. Trixie, never forget 2014.
Who has Trixie on the team?
He just wants to get farm. Isn't it Bruno? Don't you have Trixie?
I think you have Trixie.
It's not great.
It's not looking great.
Oh, you
he
have a
has a
bye
bye.
week. That's right.
I beat that bye
And it
guy
doesn't
last week.
matter. It doesn't matter that Era is getting wrecked right now because you're beating me by like 8 billion points.
Yeah, but he's still only 1-1 and he has a ton of CS, so he's still getting me points. It's just not as many as
last week.
Yeah.
Last week I think Era led the field.
Wait, who got the last hit on the? Oh wait, never mind. Fnatic haven't killed any towers.
Desolator on
I was like, wait a minute, who got the last hit on? Oh. Yeah,
not good times, man.
It's not great.
Yeah, look at Illidan. He's got the well now the Alacrity buff from G. He's also got the Weave
look at that
buff
damage.
from NS. Man, look at this. It's like a tank that could also move very quickly and tank. When I say tank, I don't mean the RPG term of tank. I mean like a freaking German tank that rolls over things. Here we go.
I like that.
Yep, tower.
Oh, that didn't
There's
hurt
just
him.
no way, man. Like this tower is so dead.
He
defending.
230.
I mean, they're doing their best, but the thing is, that is a naked Deso Ember Spirit. So if he gets touched, he's going to turn into space dust. Like he just doesn't have any items at all. I think this shows one of the glaring weaknesses of Ember is that he's still very reliant on his laning phase. Era goes in pretty aggressively.
Okay, all right.
He got sent home, obviously.
Nice.
Now, if you have an E-Blade, that suddenly becomes a lot more terrifying.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he does not have one. So an Alacrity here on Illidan, just shooting the tower. The silence on Era. He misses from low
3
ground.
times in a row
Like
or
a
something?
million times, yeah. But they get the tower for free. And the thing is, I still feel as though they could just go high ground and just sit up there with Illidan.
Are they in a rush though? They're not in a rush at all. They're just relaxing.
Well, I mean, I think they should go now, knowing that Batrider is not even there. Like, because they scout him out with the rocket. It's a 5v4. They should just start hitting the building.
Yeah, this is going to be a Rax pretty much.
I mean, normally Sleight of Fist harass like this is very good, but Dazzle, providing the HP, constant HP regen, another Weave comes online, which is totally negating the damage that Desolator is putting out by Ember Spirit.
Cooldown on Weave, it's ridiculous. It's nearly up by the time it wears off.
Yeah, more or less. I think, doesn't Aghanims make it last longer?
Yeah, and it increases the amount you get per second.
Yeah, it looks like Illidan is actually going to use his Shadow Blade for the first time. He's going to go right on Trixie on top lane. Look at these deeps coming out. The BKB is going to allow him to secure that kill. Personally, not a big fan of his item choice this game, but again, it doesn't matter. They're so far ahead.
Yeah, this is actually a really big shock. Like, VP have come out of this pretty damn strong.
Well, James called it, man. VP going to win this game.
We were all non-believers.
Yeah, except James actually thinks VP suck. But
I'm sorry, VP.
That's harsh, man. That's worse than we got it, but regardless, still VP playing a very, very solid game. They take middle rocks. It's 14-3, so it's not like it's been an insanely action-packed game, but just very methodical. VP going through the motions, killing all the towers, assuming map control. They haven't lost a tower of their own.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive against a team with a Chen and a Shadow Shaman.
Right.
They haven't lost a tower.
I mean, we looked at all the Shadow Shaman wards. In fact, there was only one of them. It was in the Roshan pit.
Defensively placed, right.
So, sorry, Shane, you were...
Okay, so they got the Aegis on Ember, and they didn't do that. They just wore off, and that was that. They didn't like say, okay, we have the Aegis, we have a small
Was
advantage.
there a morph, I think?
Or a morphling, yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't do anything though. Do you think they should have been more aggressive with the Aegis?
I don't think they could have been, honestly, because Arrow just didn't do enough to warrant giving him the Aegis. Sure, it lets you have 2 lives, but all you can do aggressively is wait for him. Hookshot onto Trixie. Cogs are going to be there. Follow-up Fissure. Sunstrike not even necessary. Arthur gets the kill with Battery Assault. Illidan actually netted inside of the base. Still has his BKB. Force Staff out to safety by G, who also is very close to an Orchid on top of his Hex. He is unbelievably farmed. He's actually more farmed than Illidan, which is kind of bonkers to think about. Oh no, another hook. This time it's going to be on Hani. The silence is there. Shadow Shaman Ward's dropped. Arstar's stuck inside of his own cogs, but the meatball and the fissure pretty much just end the game.
You know what?
You know what? Last kill was
wait for it.
Jotum. It was Jotum, no, because they called GG after Jotum got the double kill.
Okay.
So
So
it was Jotum.
you know what the other interesting thing was? There was no Flaming Lasso used at all in that game. It just shows you that Fnatic wanted to do things, but aside from that mid dive, which completely turned against them, they just had no other aggression whatsoever.
But they started off okay, but the laning for the Ember Spear was horrible, like against Evoker.
Most assists. Oh, I'm here. Hi.
Hey.
Most assists. Jotum as well.
Nice.
8 assists.
He gets it all.
So, wow.
That was an absolute massacre. But Arrow was 2-1. Still got points.
That's all he cares about.
Got him. Look, if I had my own league and I was involved in 50% of my team's kills and only contributed to, like, what?
Like 50%. When you say, oh, you didn't actually.
You know, 2 and 4.
Oh.
Listen, man.
It sounds so much better when you say 50.
Percentages. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. You're trying to talk it up. Anyway, we're not going to get too much into fantasy points right now, but we are going to be taking a short break before the next game. Congratulations once again to Virtus.Pro for taking their victory over Fnatic. But we'll be right back, guys, with more ASUS ROG Dream League after the break.